Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well out there. This is one of those days that if we were in class, we'd probably go out onto the field. So, if you desire to do your yoga practice outside, mm, yum. Sun is so good for vitamin D, and vitamin D is so good for the immune system. Um, so, we're going to start uh, just in sitting for a moment. And settle yourself. Come to some sort of seated position that feels good for your body. And just notice the friendly swell of your breath. Let the breath invite your mind into its velvety rhythm. Wow, sunny. And feel your seat. Notice your body. So we're going to start practice today fairly sloth-like. You're going to need a strap or some kind of scarf or belt. And when you're ready, come onto your back. So as you lower yourself down, you can place the soles of your feet on the ground. You can have your palms open, letting the earth receive you. And as we begin, we're just going to do a little body scan here. Bring your sensory awareness to your body and notice what parts of your body are more touching the ground, are more connected to the earth. We're really just noticing here, being really curious about the landscape of the body. And then notice which parts of the body are not touching the earth. Maybe they even feel like they're pulling a little bit up away from the earth. And then notice your shoulders. Notice if one shoulder feels heavier, if one shoulder feels more up. Is one shoulder more toward the ears? As you feel your breath, bring your awareness into your pelvis and just notice the whole area of your pelvis. Is one side of your pelvis feeling like it's more up? Is one side of your pelvis feeling lighter or maybe even less there? Also just noticing, really curious, if one side of your pelvis feels closer to your rib cage, denser, more flow. And bring your awareness to your arms. Does one arm feel more substantial? When you feel the back of your hands, does one wrist feel more away from the earth? And then feel your legs and your feet. Does one leg feel more solid? Notice the soles of your feet. There's absolutely no right and wrong, as you'll notice, because we're simply being with the body, which is curiously powerful tool of awareness, the superpower of awareness and presence, I believe, are the superpowers that we need in this emerging world that we are entering. So now just go ahead and take a big breath right into your chest. And as you exhale, let that breath extend outward towards your skin. As you inhale, imagine the skin drawing into the very center of you with your breath. As you exhale from the center of you, extending out into the skin and then beyond the skin. As you inhale, imagine breathing in beyond your skin to your skin and then all the way into your center. And as you exhale, draw your right knee into your belly and keep your left leg long. Feel the intertwine of your hands. Is there any tension in your wrists you might want to invite to let go? Bring the awareness to your shoulders and your neck. And imagine the back of your skull is filled with warm, viscous golden honey. And that honey begins to melt toward the right side of your skull, towards your right ear. And your head slowly rolls to the right. You can loosen your jaw here. Notice as your head melts to the right, what happens in your shoulders, what happens in your belly. And then from here, just very softly, slowly, with awareness, draw your chin down a little toward that right collarbone. Go a little deeper, letting that honey melt a little further. Take a breath into that right hip crease and all the way into your right sitting bone. Let it relax. And then take your belt or your strap and put it around your right foot and extend your right leg back up to the sky. One hand on each side of the strap. You can walk your hands up the strap until you feel a little traction in the bones of both arms, traction in the bones of your wrists, your elbows, and your shoulders. Take a big breath, a big soft, aware breath right across your upper collarbone area. And as you exhale, let those shoulders soften, deepening the stretch. And then notice, is this a good stretch for the back of your right leg? Can your leg let go here? Can your hamstrings melt? How's your belly doing? Can you relax your belly? Can you breathe into your low back and let your low back release? So I want to share a quote as you just really don't do anything. Let this leg stretch. There's such a power in not doing anything, as you may or may not be finding out in your lockdown, your social distancing, sheltering in place. Anyway, this quote is by Viktor Frankl. Wrote a book called Man's Search for Meaning, very interesting human being. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. And my experience with doing slow yoga is that it kind of infuses the nervous system with more space and allows things to kind of drop into a little bit more synchronization. So from here, take your strap into your right hand. Let your left arm just float out to the side, palm open, and keep that left leg long and slowly let your right leg open. I want to invite you here. Any tightness in that right leg, bend your right knee, spiral your upper thigh open. Let that open it up and then stretch a little longer. From here, just breathe, enjoy the stretch. You can imagine somebody with a heavy hand on that left hip, keeping your left hip bone down. And right here, can you relax into it? Can you feel the space between stimulus and response, between your inhale and your exhale? It's said that yoga happens in that space. Nirvana happens in that space. The word nirvana means to cease. Let your belly relax. Maybe that right thigh can really let go here a little bit, surrendering. Maybe you can loosen your grip a little bit so that your leg feels a little bit more safe to let go. Take a breath into your belly here. Feel free to bend your right knee, do whatever is kinder, and then take your right leg back up. Take your strap into your left hand, right arm out to the side. Take a moment there to feel the connection between your hemispheres of your brain, the forehead, and then begin to breathe your leg and your right hip over to the left. So you're slowly rolling to the outer left leg, breathing into your belly. Let your head roll to the right. Imagine again that warm, viscous golden honey rolling through your body, rolling through your breath. And right here, draw your chin down toward that right shoulder. Let it go a little deeper. From here, either bend your right